Are you ready to uncover a secret that the health food industry has been keeping from you? You've been told that pumpkin seeds are a superfood, a treasure trove of magnesium, zinc, and antioxidants that can supercharge your health. It sounds like the perfect guilt-free snack, doesn't it? But what if I told you that this seemingly innocent seed, when consumed incorrectly, could be silently sabotaging your health, triggering irreversible changes deep within your body? This isn't just another health fad. This is a critical warning, especially if you're over 60. As we age, our bodies change. Our metabolism, hormones, and digestion don't respond the way they once did. That handful of pumpkin seeds that you believe is nurturing your body might actually be working against you. In the next few minutes, we're going to expose the 8 most common mistakes people make when eating pumpkin seeds. These aren't minor slip-ups. These are critical errors that can disrupt your hormones, ignite inflammation in your gut, and even cripple your immune system. And one of these mistakes is so widespread that it's found in nearly every so-called healthy packaged snack in grocery stores across the country. If you've been experiencing mysterious bloating, nagging joint stiffness, unexplained fatigue, or even trouble sleeping after eating superfoods like pumpkin seeds, it's not your imagination. It's your body sending out a distress signal. The very compounds in these seeds that are meant to heal can, when mishandled, set off a detrimental chain reaction that your body struggles to reverse. So, before you reach for your next handful of pumpkin seeds, stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you won't just understand these 8 mistakes. You'll know exactly how to correct them and reclaim your health. If you're serious about protecting your body and aging with strength and vitality, you can't afford to miss this. This might just be the most important nutritional lesson you learn all year. The hidden danger in raw seeds. Most people assume that eating pumpkin seeds raw, straight from the bag, is the purest and most effective way to absorb all their valuable nutrients. But what if the opposite were true? What if I told you that those raw seeds could be robbing your body of essential minerals instead of providing them? This is one of the most significant and overlooked mistakes that can quietly undermine your health, particularly if you're over 60 and relying on these seeds to support your heart, bones, and immune system. Raw pumpkin seeds are coated in a natural compound called phytic acid, often referred to as an anti-nutrient. Phytic acid binds to vital minerals like zinc, magnesium, calcium, and iron in your digestive tract, forming insoluble complexes that your body cannot absorb. So while you may be consuming a mineral-rich food, those minerals are essentially passing through your system unutilized. Over time, this can lead to a gradual depletion of these crucial nutrients, manifesting in symptoms like muscle weakness, brittle nails, slow wound healing, or that frustrating feeling of being tired yet unable to sleep that plagues so many older adults. The situation is further compounded by the natural aging process. As we get older, our production of stomach acid tends to decrease. This is significant because stomach acid plays a crucial role in breaking down phytic acid. Therefore, for individuals in their 50s, 60s, and beyond, consuming raw, unsoaked pumpkin seeds delivers a double blow: a lower intake of absorbable minerals and a weaker digestive system to extract what little is available. It's like trying to fill up your car's gas tank with a clogged fuel line. The tank never truly gets full. But the detrimental effects of phytic acid don't stop there. This anti-nutrient also inhibits the function of key digestive enzymes, including amylase and trypsin, which are responsible for breaking down carbohydrates and proteins. This is why many people experience bloating, a sensation of heaviness, or even heartburn after consuming a handful of healthy seeds. Your body's natural repair mechanisms begin to falter because the very enzymes it needs are being neutralized by the food that was supposed to nourish it. The solution is a simple age-old practice: soaking. Just as ancient cultures instinctively did with grains and legumes, soaking pumpkin seeds in warm, slightly salted water for 8 to 10 hours neutralizes the majority of these enzyme inhibitors. Afterward, gently drying or lightly roasting them at a low temperature not only makes the nutrients more bioavailable, but also enhances their texture and makes them easier to digest. This one small step can completely transform how your body utilizes pumpkin seeds, turning them from a nutrient thief into a nutritional powerhouse. However, be warned, many people, in an attempt to bypass this process, resort to roasting the seeds at high temperatures, believing that heat will quickly destroy the phytic acid. Not only is this ineffective, but it also triggers a new and more sinister problem, creating a hidden source of inflammation that can age your body from the inside out. This leads us directly to our next critical mistake: the perils of high heat roasting. If you've ever roasted pumpkin seeds until they're golden brown and delightfully crunchy, believing you were enhancing their flavor and digestibility, you're not alone. But here's a startling truth that most people only realize when it's too late: that irresistible nutty aroma you love might actually be the scent of their nutrients being destroyed. Pumpkin seeds are packed with healthy polyunsaturated fatty acids, the same fats renowned for protecting your heart, reducing inflammation, and keeping your brain sharp. The problem is that these beneficial fats are incredibly delicate and highly susceptible to heat. When you roast pumpkin seeds at high temperatures, typically anything above 340 degrees F, 170 degrees C, you trigger a process called oxidation. In simpler terms, these healthy fats begin to break down and form harmful compounds, including lipid peroxides. These are unstable molecules that can cause significant damage to your cells, a process often compared to rust eating away at metal. This oxidative stress can silently harm your liver, joints, and arteries. Over time, it contributes to a condition scientists call inflammaging, a state of chronic, low-grade inflammation that accelerates the aging process. So while you believe you're snacking on something that supports your heart health, you could be inadvertently fueling the very inflammation that weakens it. The damage from high heat doesn't end with the fats. It also degrades vitamin E, one of the most potent antioxidants your body relies on to protect cell membranes. Without sufficient vitamin E, your immune cells become less effective, your skin loses its elasticity, and you may experience more frequent energy crashes. This is why some people report feeling heavy, bloated, or tired after consuming commercially roasted seeds. Their bodies are literally fighting the byproducts of oxidation. Imagine this happening day after day, year after year. Even small amounts of these oxidized fats accumulate, creating micro damage to your arteries and brain tissue. Once this damage reaches a certain point, it becomes nearly impossible to reverse completely. So, what's the correct way to prepare them? The key is to go low and slow. After soaking, lightly roast your seeds at a temperature no higher than 250 degrees Celsius, 120 degrees Celsius, for about 15 to 20 minutes. This is just enough to make them crisp without scorching them. Alternatively, you can air dry them with gentle warmth. This method ensures that the healthy fats, zinc, and vitamin E remain intact, allowing you to reap the true healing benefits of pumpkin seeds. But even with proper preparation, there's another common trap that many health-conscious individuals fall into. They think, if I'm roasting them correctly, I can eat as many as I want. This mindset leads to our next mistake: a slow daily overload that can silently shift your body's fatty acid balance and create inflammation from the inside out. Before you make pumpkin seeds your go-to daily snack, let's delve into one of the most deceptive health mistakes of all: the hidden imbalance that fuels inflammation. When we discover that a food is healthy, our natural inclination is often to think that more is better. However, this mentality is precisely what can turn even the most beneficial foods into silent saboteurs, and pumpkin seeds are a classic example. On the surface, their nutritional profile is impressive, boasting high levels of zinc, magnesium, healthy fats, and plant-based protein. But here's the crucial detail that is often overlooked. They are also exceptionally high in omega-6 fatty acids. This is where the problem begins. While omega-6 fatty acids are essential for our health, they must be balanced with an adequate intake of omega-3 fatty acids. When the ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 becomes too high, it can ignite a biochemical fire in your body, known as chronic inflammation. In our younger years, our bodies are more resilient and can more easily buffer this imbalance. However, after the age of 60, our natural antioxidant systems begin to decline, the liver's ability to clear damaged fats slows down, and our cells become less resilient. Consequently, consuming pumpkin seeds every single day, especially without also eating foods rich in omega-3s like salmon, flax seeds, or walnuts, can slowly push your body into an inflammatory state. The initial signs are often subtle: morning stiffness, slower recovery after physical activity, foggier thinking, or a persistent dull fatigue that even caffeine can't alleviate. But beneath the surface, a more serious process is underway. Cell membranes can start to stiffen, arteries may lose their flexibility, and insulin sensitivity can begin to decline. Modern research has linked excessive consumption of omega-6 fatty acids to joint pain, cognitive decline, and even an increased risk of type 2 diabetes. This isn't due to sugar alone, but because these fats signal your body to remain in a constant state of high alert. When your body is in this perpetual inflammation mode, it cannot properly repair itself. This is why so many people complain, "I'm eating healthy, but I still feel unwell." The imbalance is hidden within the very foods they believe are helping them. The solution isn't to eliminate pumpkin seeds from your diet altogether. Instead, it's about mindful consumption through rotation and intelligent pairing. Consider having them just 3 to 4 times a week, and when you do, pair them with foods that are high in omega-3s or have anti-inflammatory properties. A drizzle of olive oil, a piece of fatty fish, or a sprinkle of chia seeds can help create a more balanced fatty acid profile. This simple adjustment can help reset your body's inflammatory response and calm the silent fire before it leads to more serious health issues. However, there's another danger that often accompanies this habit. As people become accustomed to the taste and crunch, they start snacking on them by the handful, often while watching TV or as a meal replacement. Over time, this habit doesn't just contribute to inflammation, it also begins to overload the liver and gallbladder, setting off a chain reaction that affects digestion, metabolism, and even hormone regulation. This brings us to our next silent mistake, one that often hides under the guise of a healthy portion. The healthy overdose, ignoring portion size. Here is an uncomfortable but essential truth. Even the healthiest food can become detrimental when consumed in quantities that the body cannot effectively process. And pumpkin seeds, despite their impressive list of benefits, are no exception. The problem lies not with the seed itself, but with the amount we consume. In the name of healthy eating, many people have replaced their usual snacks with handful after handful of these super seeds, unaware that with each bite, they may be overworking their digestive system in ways they won't notice until the symptoms begin to appear. Consider this. A single small cup of pumpkin seeds contains nearly 700 calories, densely packed with fat and protein. For someone in their 20s with a robust metabolism, the body can burn through this relatively quickly. However, after the age of 60, our digestive processes naturally slow down, bile production decreases, and the pancreas's output of enzymes weakens. As a result, instead of being efficiently converted into energy, this dense concentration of fat can linger in the digestive system, leading to fermentation, bloating, and placing a significant strain on the liver and gallbladder. Many people experience the consequences without understanding the cause. That feeling of post-meal heaviness, a sudden sense of fullness that lasts for hours, or even mild nausea after what they perceive as a healthy snack, can all be signs of an overburdened system. The gallbladder's primary function is to release bile to emulsify fats, but when bile flow is sluggish, these fats are not broken down properly. Over time, this can lead to what is known as biliary congestion, where even healthy fats begin to strain the system. In the long run, this can impact hormone production, as cholesterol and fats are the fundamental building blocks for estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. So, ironically, consuming too many pumpkin seeds could potentially lead to hormonal sluggishness, leaving you feeling tired, moody, or mentally foggy. Furthermore, it's important to remember that pumpkin seeds are rich in fiber. While fiber is beneficial in moderation, an excess can lead to problems. Too much fiber can trap water in the intestines, slow down motility, and cause that stubborn abdominal bloating that is often mistaken for weight gain. Worse yet, if you're not drinking enough water, this excess fiber can backfire, binding to minerals and blocking their absorption. So what is a reasonable amount? A good guideline is about 2 tablespoons a day, not 2 handfuls. It's also best to consume them as part of a balanced meal rather than on an empty stomach. When combined with protein or vegetables, digestion is gentler and nutrient absorption is improved. The danger lies in a deceptive cycle. People feel better after switching from unhealthy snacks like chips to pumpkin seeds, so they increase their intake. Then, weeks later, they start feeling bloated, achy, or fatigued and can't pinpoint the cause. It's the body signaling that even nature's gifts have their limits. Yet even those who manage their portion sizes often fall into the next pitfall, a subtle mistake that hides in plain sight. It's not about how much you eat this time, but what you eat with it. The treacherous combination, dairy and sugar. It seems harmless enough, a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds over your morning yogurt, blended into a fruit smoothie or mixed into a sweet trail mix. After all, these are the kinds of combinations that are frequently promoted in healthy recipes, right? But here's the shocking reality. When you combine pumpkin seeds with dairy or sugar, you can inadvertently trigger a chemical clash within your digestive system. This can disrupt your hormones, cause insulin spikes, and set off inflammatory cascades that your body, especially after the age of 60, cannot easily reverse. Let's break down the science. Pumpkin seeds are dense in protein, fats, and minerals, nutrients that require a slower, more prolonged digestive process. Dairy, on the other hand, contains lactose, a natural sugar, and casein, a protein that requires its own specific set of enzymes for digestion. When these two are consumed together, your stomach is forced to release different types of digestive juices simultaneously, some acidic, some alkaline. The result is a confused and inefficient digestive environment where neither food is broken down properly. Instead of providing nourishment, this combination can lead to fermentation, producing gas, bloating, and over time, contributing to low-grade inflammation in the gut lining. Now, let's add sugar to this equation, whether it's from honey, sweetened yogurt, or dried fruit. This creates a perfect storm. Sugar is absorbed into the bloodstream much more rapidly than the fats and proteins from the seeds can be digested. In response, your pancreas releases a surge of insulin to lower your blood sugar levels. However, this insulin also signals your body to store fat. So instead of using the healthy fats from the pumpkin seeds for energy, your body is more likely to store them, often around the abdomen and liver. Herein lies the hidden danger. Insulin spikes don't just affect your weight, they also interfere with the absorption of magnesium and zinc, 2 of the key minerals that make pumpkin seeds so beneficial. Over time, this can create a paradoxical situation where you believe you are eating a healthy diet, yet your lab results may show nutrient deficiencies, and you may experience mood swings and rising blood sugar levels. Many older adults fall into this trap unknowingly because they are following wellness trends that disregard basic principles of food chemistry. There's another layer to this issue. Lactose intolerance tends to increase with age. Research indicates that after the age of 50, the body's production of the lactase enzyme naturally declines, making the digestion of dairy more difficult. When you combine this with the fibrous texture of seeds, you are placing a significant strain on your gut. The result can be heaviness, acid reflux, or unpredictable bowel habits, all stemming from a supposedly healthy food combination. The simple solution is to separate your pumpkin seeds from dairy and sugar. Enjoy them as part of a savory snack, or add them to salads or steamed vegetables. This type of pairing allows the fats and minerals to work synergistically with fiber and other antioxidants, helping to regulate your blood sugar rather than causing it to spike. But even after you've perfected your food combinations, there's still one more trap that nearly everyone falls into, a modern danger concealed in brightly colored packaging and marketed as roasted, salted, and ready to eat. The deception of store-bought seeds. If your go-to snack is one of those shiny packets of roasted pumpkin seeds from the grocery store, the ones labeled sea salted, barbecue, or honey roasted, I have some unfortunate news for you. These convenient, seemingly healthy snacks may be doing far more harm than good. What appears to be a simple, wholesome snack often conceals a cocktail of ingredients that can silently drain your energy, contribute to joint stiffness, and age your organs faster than time itself. Inside most of these store-bought pumpkin seeds, you'll find a host of undesirable ingredients, including refined oils, preservatives, flavor enhancers, and an excessive amount of sodium, all of which distort the natural, beneficial chemistry of the seed. Let's begin with the oils. To prolong shelf life and achieve a uniform roast, manufacturers often use cheap industrial-grade oils, like soybean or canola oil. These oils are already high in omega-6 fatty acids, and when they are heated for mass production and packaging, they oxidize even further. This process produces toxic aldehydes, compounds that have been linked to inflammation, memory loss, and arterial damage. When you consume these seeds, you're not just having a snack, you're fueling microscopic fires within your body that your liver has to work overtime to extinguish. Then there's the salt. You might think it's just a pinch for flavor, but a single serving can contain more sodium than a small bag of potato chips. For adults over 60, excess sodium doesn't just impact blood pressure, it also dehydrates cells, puts a strain on the kidneys, and disrupts the delicate balance of electrolytes that your heart relies on to function properly. You may not feel the effects immediately, but over time, they can manifest as fatigue, swelling, or brain fog. All signs of a body that is quietly struggling to maintain its equilibrium. And what about the preservatives? Compounds like BHA, BHT, or citric acid are frequently added to maintain freshness. However, what they really do is add stress to your liver, your body's primary chemical processing plant. The more your liver has to work to neutralize these additives, the less energy it has for its other vital functions, such as detoxifying hormones or regulating metabolism. This is a key reason why so many people can say, "I eat healthy, but I still feel toxic." They are unknowingly consuming chemicals that are canceling out their healthy efforts. The sweet or spicy versions of these snacks can be even worse. Artificial flavorings and sugars cause rapid blood sugar spikes, which in turn lead to inflammation and increased oxidative stress. When you combine that with the oxidized oils and excessive salt, you have a perfect trifecta of hidden harm, all disguised as a healthy food. If you truly want to enjoy the health benefits of pumpkin seeds, the best approach is to buy them raw and organic. Take the time to soak them overnight and then gently roast them yourself. It's a simple process that takes only a few minutes but can save you years of inflammation. When you prepare them at home, you have complete control over the oils, the temperature, and the purity. Everything that makes them a genuinely healing food. The zinc versus copper conflict, a mineral imbalance. You've likely heard that pumpkin seeds are one of the best natural sources of zinc, and that is absolutely correct. However, here is the crucial piece of information that is almost never discussed. In the body, zinc does not work in isolation. It has a lifelong partner, copper, and when one of these minerals begins to dominate, the other starts to decline. This creates a hidden mineral tug-of-war that many health-conscious individuals are unknowingly losing. Pumpkin seeds are remarkably high in zinc, which is fantastic for supporting the immune system, maintaining healthy hair and skin, and promoting proper hormone production. But if you consume them regularly, especially in large quantities or in conjunction with zinc supplements, you can quietly push your internal chemistry out of balance. The reason for this is that zinc and copper compete for the same absorption pathways in your gut. When zinc levels are consistently high, copper absorption is significantly reduced. This imbalance can trigger a cascade of reactions that can slowly weaken your body from the inside out. Contrary to some popular beliefs, copper is not a villain. In fact, it is an essential mineral that your body needs to produce red blood cells, maintain the elasticity of collagen, and activate powerful antioxidant enzymes like superoxide dismutase, one of your body's most potent defenses against aging. When there is too much zinc and not enough copper, you may start to notice subtle yet persistent symptoms: chronic fatigue, lightheadedness, pale skin, brain fog, and even mood swings. Some people report a loss of their emotional spark, feeling detached, anxious, or numb. This can be because their nervous system is being starved of copper-dependent enzymes that are vital for regulating neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. This mineral imbalance becomes even more critical after the age of 60 because nutrient absorption naturally declines, and the liver's mineral reserves tend to shrink. So even if your diet appears balanced on paper, your cells may still be deprived of the trace minerals that are essential for keeping your body running smoothly. Over time, this imbalance can weaken the immune system, disrupt thyroid function, and accelerate the visible signs of aging, such as brittle hair, fragile nails, and slower wound healing. Here's where the situation becomes even more concerning. The immune cells in your thymus gland, which is essentially your body's defense headquarters, rely heavily on both zinc and copper for proper activation. When zinc dominates without sufficient copper, the coordination of these cells can be compromised, much like soldiers waiting for orders that never arrive. This can leave you more vulnerable to infections and lead to slower recovery from illnesses, even while you believe you are eating a healthy diet. The solution is not to avoid zinc-rich foods like pumpkin seeds, but rather to restore mineral harmony. The ideal ratio is approximately 10 parts zinc to 1 part copper. This means that if you eat pumpkin seeds regularly, you should also make a conscious effort to include copper-containing foods in your diet, such as sesame seeds, dark chocolate, or a small portion of shellfish once or twice a week. When these two minerals are in balance, they become one of your greatest defenses against premature aging and oxidative stress. But when they are not, they can quietly chip away at your strength from within. And even when you get this balance right, there's one final mistake that most people overlook: the timing of when they eat these seeds. It's a habit so small that it seems insignificant, yet it can disrupt your sleep, your hormones, and even your brain's nightly repair cycle. The late night snack that sabotages your sleep. It's evening, you're relaxing, watching television or scrolling through your phone, and you reach for a handful of pumpkin seeds. You think to yourself that it's the perfect healthy late night snack. No sugar, no junk food, no guilt. But here's the catch. What seems like a harmless and healthy choice might be silently sabotaging one of your body's most critical healing processes: your nighttime repair cycle. Pumpkin seeds contain unique amino acids, such as tryptophan, which your body converts into serotonin and subsequently melatonin, the hormones that regulate your sleep and mood. In theory, this sounds beneficial for promoting a good night's rest. However, in practice, especially for adults over 60, digestion and hormone conversion slow down dramatically in the evening. Eating pumpkin seeds too close to bedtime can disrupt this delicate rhythm. Instead of enhancing your rest, it can actually delay the release of melatonin, confuse your circadian rhythm, and leave you tossing and turning throughout the night. Here's the science behind it. Pumpkin seeds are also dense in protein and fat, which require several hours to digest. When you eat them late at night, your digestive system remains active long past the time when your body is supposed to be shutting down for repair. This can slow the release of growth hormone, the very hormone responsible for rebuilding tissues, regenerating cells, and supporting muscle maintenance, all of which naturally decline with age. So, while your body should be focused on healing and rejuvenation, it's preoccupied with the task of breaking down food. Many people over 60 experience this pattern without realizing the cause. They wake up feeling tired, even after a full night's sleep. Their joints feel stiff, their mind is foggy, and their energy levels are low. They often attribute these feelings to simply getting older, but in reality, it can be the result of a disrupted recovery process caused by late-night eating, even of seemingly healthy foods. There's another layer to this issue: magnesium. Pumpkin seeds are an excellent source of this mineral, which is known for its muscle-relaxing and nerve-calming properties. However, when taken too late at night, it can alter neurotransmitter activity in a way that leads to a state of being drowsy but restless. Your body feels calm, but your mind won't fully switch off. When you combine this with slow digestion, your sleep can become shallow, fragmented, and ultimately unrefreshing. The solution is simple yet powerful. Timing. Consume your pumpkin seeds during daylight hours, ideally before 5 p.m. This gives your body ample time to digest, absorb, and utilize the nutrients efficiently, all while keeping your hormonal cycles intact. If you find yourself craving a nighttime snack, opt for something light and easily digestible, such as a few slices of avocado or a warm, magnesium-rich herbal tea. After the age of 60, your nighttime hours are sacred. This is when your body repairs DNA damage, restores muscle fibers, and detoxifies the brain. When you interfere with this vital rhythm, you're not just losing sleep, you're losing a precious opportunity for longevity. So the next time you're tempted to reach for that handful of seeds before bed, remember that the goal isn't just to eat healthy foods, it's to use them wisely. When you combine all 8 of these corrections, soaking your seeds, roasting them gently, eating them in balance, minding your portions, avoiding poor combinations, skipping store-bought additives, balancing your minerals, and timing your consumption correctly, you will feel a profound shift. Your digestion will feel lighter, your energy will become more stable, and your immune system will begin to function with the vitality of a younger age. Because true nutrition isn't just about what you eat, it's about how your body receives it.